Some days worry, some days glad, some days more than make you mad. Some days more than shine. When you see what's coming on down the line. Some days you say, not me, never. Some days you say, bless God forever. Some days you say, curse God and die. And the day comes when you wrestle with that line. Some days tussle, and some days groan, and some days don't even leave a bone. Some days you hassle all alone. I don't know, sister, what I'm saying, nor do no man if he don't be praying. I know that love is the only answer, and the tightrope lover the only dancer. When the lover comes off the rope today, the net which holds him is how we pray, and not to gods unknown, but to each other. The falling mortal is our brother. Some days leave, some days grieve, some days you almost don't believe. Some days believe you, some days don't. Some days believe you, and you won't. Some days worry, some days mad, some days more than make you glad. Some days more than shine. Witnesses coming on down the line. Witnesses coming on down the line. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Grant us, God, a place to rest beneath life renewed. Bring us peace and holiness. Hashkivenu, 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 Hashkivenu. Adonai, you blessed us with a soul to craft and change the world. Each night we dream of better things to come. We pray for peace, our work is never done. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shoreinu lechaim. Grant us, God, a place to rest beneath the shelter of your truth. Give us strength and wholeness, a place of refuge for our youth. Comfort us as we are blessed. Raise us up to life renewed. Bring us peace and holiness. Hashkivenu, 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 Hashkivenu. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkah
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Let me find my light.
I hope that you are staying safe. I hope that you're with somebody you love. And if you're not, you are with someone you love because you're on Facebook Live with other Temple Emmanuel members.
Or YouTube.
Or YouTube. You can actually write things on YouTube as well.
Exactly.
Let's get to have singing Hine Matov Uman Naim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. It's so great to have us all, even if it's virtual, sitting together. Here we go.
Hine Matov Uman Naim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Uman Naim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Let's do Hine Matov again.
Hine Matov Uman Naim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Uman Naim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be
together on this day. Hine Matov Uman Naim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Uman Naim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Shabbat Shalom once again. Let us light the Shabbat candles now. We're going to head over to Marta Waller, who actually is in Orange County, if you can believe that. A Temple Emmanuel of Beverly Hills member, but she's in Orange County. Let's go to Marta now.
Shabbat Shalom from the Scott Yah household in Irvine, where I am spending the week with my grandson Kingston. Here, let's light the candles.
Well, you really catch that one on fire.
Let's get one, two. Okay, now let's go. One, two, okay, cover your eyes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you so much, Marta. During the week, our lives are like the movies, either a drama or a romantic comedy. We should be so lucky. Or just a comedy without the romance, or maybe even a tragedy. Whatever it is, it's our story, unfolding throughout the week, with conversations and actions, with meetings and calls and challenges and deadlines and diapers to change and mouths to feed and so much more. I need poetry. I need beautiful images and hopes for peace and harmony. I need my mind and my soul and my body to float on eagle's wings and hear the wind howl, the waves crash, a bee buzzing. Now is the time for that poetry to begin, clearing out the prose of our stories from the week with song and prayer, silence and reflection. Shabbat can provide a time unlike our weekly plotline a time to swerve left or right, away from the everyday. Think about your story from this week. Imagine some of your story for next week. And then leave those stories for a time. And let the poetry take you somewhere where you can rest, where you can recover. And then let the story unfold. Chazarat HaShavua, a review of our week.
לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשמו תפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה.
You may rise at home if you'd like.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובשולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה.
We move to the main section of our service and we begin with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. And as the cantor sings that first line and we respond with the second one, see if you can convince yourself that you hear her when she says the Baruch Hu and it's like, oh, I need to respond to that and kind of make it something that happens on the spur of the moment. Here we go. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 like to, we move towards the Shema and we think about listening. We think about listening to what's happening in the world, listening to what's happening in our own homes, listening to what's happening in our heads, and we tie it all together into the universe. All the energies from us, from others, come together to declare oneness. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai back into the book of Exodus and we sing about that moment when the Israelites crossed the Sea of Reeds to safety and felt freedom for the first time. to a blessing that we think of only in the evenings. We think of this blessing because as we go to sleep, sometimes it's hard to go to sleep. Loneliness overcomes us. Our minds take us to what happened in the day, and it's hard to concentrate. So when we say Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, we say, may there come peace over us so that the moments from the day or the moments from the week don't have to overtake us, so we can sleep peacefully and wake up with a measure of more peace in our hearts. Now we have a special treat to sing Vishamru, that song that says Shabbat is an extremely special time because it represents that covenant we have, the Jewish people have with God. And we have a guest. Abraham Hausman Weiss. You may have heard in that last name, Hausman Weiss, the word Weiss, because it is the cantor's nephew. And lest you think that just because I said nephew, it's going to be some 4-year-old coming up and singing. First of all, he's not coming up here to sing. The two of them came in here this afternoon, separate from anybody else, and they recorded this version of Vishamru, and we'll hear something from them later, but we'd like to now welcome Abraham onto the bima, virtually, for Vishamru.
Vishamru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat Lasot Et HaShabbat L'Dorotam B'rit Olam Beini uvein bnei Yisrael. Oh, את השמיים ואת הארץ ביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
I think we have some competition for cantor.
I don't know.
Thank you so much, Abraham. Look forward to hearing something else from you later. Now it's time to turn our thoughts to those people who we care about that are in need of healing. If you'd like to write in the names on Facebook Live or on YouTube of those people that you love, or people you like, or someone you know that's in need of healing, we'll sing the first part of the melody together, and then we'll read the names of those people in our community that need that healing energy coming their way. And then we'll gather together and we'll sing on behalf of all the names.
Sandy Fleming, Sammy Friedman, Joe Pagani, Catherine Russell, John and Becky Siebert, Elizabeth Goldman, Jacob Arujo, Alan Scobin, Larry Stemple, Manuel Rodriguez, Warren and Alyssa Roston, God, Tali, Raphael, and Anna Carolina, Steve Gerriter and Barry Gerriter, Soraya Malamed, Helene and Andy Hale, Lois Lebman, Rita Newman, Franny Gelman, Harav Yisrael Gadal Ben Batia, Ike and Christina Silverhart, Denise Wall, Dan Weston, Leo Lithgow, Boston Church, Holly Lazzarini, Denise Bott Patricia, Steffi Gilbert, Hillary Jordan, Darcy Kolstad, Larry Zuckerman, Lillian Jones, Belle Shapiro, Lisa Tudskin, Michael Tudskin, Lewis Williams, Sylvia Sutton, Ann Bloxam, all of our first responders, Barbara Pergament, Penina Bat Gital, Haya Sora Bat Rachalea, Rachalea Bat Haya Sora, Margie Platt. Amina Huntoon. Vivian Smith. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Brad McDonald, Hanalea Bat Hayasora.
I think that we've already begun with that prayer. We've begun our personal, private reflections on this Shabbat. But let's do this formally by, if you'd like to stand where you are, you may, or you don't have to. But we'll rise together and sing just this first line that asks for us to have the thoughts and have the words for our prayers this evening. One second. Oy. I know what I'm praying for.
Something in the air.
I know. Here we go.
Adore
Welcome back. That's what happens when I noticed that the candles had burned out. I said, oh, I should go and light those candles. And then when I walked over there, it was pointed out to me that that we were live. I forgot
Caught
that.
on, what was that show? Caught on hidden camera?
Right, it's not even hidden.
I know.
Okay, we're going to end our Amidah inviting Abraham to come back here virtually this afternoon, many hours ago.
Socially distanced with no one else in the room.
Right, it's socially, physically, and time distance from now to end our Amidah with a special mashup. Would you like to say what the songs are? Or?
I think everybody prays for the optimism and signs of a rainbow.
Like these talitot. Let's go to Abraham and Lizzie.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. And so we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know the wrong way to see.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me, who said that every wish could be heard and answered when wished on a morning star. Oh, somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done. So far, so far. And what's so amazing, that it keeps us stargazing. And what do they think we might see?
Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Thank you so much. Didn't that sound great? I love that little mashup. I guess that was Jason Mraz who first did that. But that was really beautiful. Thank you for ending our Amidah that way. There are so many times where I come before Temple Emmanuel and I say, oh, this is one of my favorite Torah portions. This is not one of those times. I have a lot of trouble with this Torah portion this week. It's one of those moments where the end justifies the means, and it sits really heavy in my heart. So just to give you a little backdrop of the story, the Parsha is Pinchas, and in the end of last week's Torah portion, there were an Israelite man who brings a Midianite concubine into his tent in front of all the Israelites. Pinchas gets crazy, runs into the tent, takes a spear, and spears through both of their bellies. I actually think he does it in one. It's like right through both of them. And at that moment, the plague that had been on the Israelites stopped. 24,000 people are killed in that plague. At the beginning of our Torah portion this week, God gives to Pinchas Briti Shalom, my covenant of peace. I have liked to interpret that as the idea that a zealot like Pinchas receives a covenant of peace so that his violent tendencies would be rechanneled with peace. But that's really not the way the commentaries deal with it. Rashi, the great commentator, wrote, "This means I give him my covenant that it should be to him as a covenant of peace. Just like a man shows gratitude and friendliness to one who has done him a kindness, so here too, the Holy One expressed to Pinchas God's peaceful feelings towards him." Perhaps it's trying to signal that the way to deal with passion like Pinchas's, like that zealotry, is to bring kindness into the equation. And maybe he's right, because Pinchas, we don't hear any stories about him as an aggressive person after this in the Torah, but in fact we really don't hear a lot about him at all anyway. But still, why was God glorifying violence in this case? I have to admit, I'm at a loss. Unlike the commentators and interpreters of the Torahs over the years, I can't justify Pinchas's behavior. Now, some of the commentaries even say Pinchas is actually in line for the priesthood, and Pinchas starts to worry that because he committed this double murder, that he might not be able to make it into the priesthood. But the commentators say because he did it in God's name and for God, that it's okay. Can you see how dangerous that is? But if we go to the end of the Torah portion, perhaps we can find a spiritual message by combining the two. The last section of the Torah portion is about Zelophehad's daughters, 5 daughters who come to Moses to plead their case. They say that their father had died in the wilderness. He wasn't part of the golden calf. He wasn't part of Korach's rebellion. He died of natural causes, but he had no son. And the inheritance laws at the time was that it goes to the son and males only. So they're worried because their father dies, there's no inheritance for them, and it was going to go to all the males in the extended family. So they bring their plea to Moses. He hears their case, and immediately he says, their request is just, and he grants them their inheritance. So here we have 2 moments of reactions by Israelites who see that there is something wrong. The first one is impulsive and probably not very well thought out. It's quick and it's a knee-jerk impulse to physically assault the perpetrators. The second is a thought-out, mindful, peaceful encounter where the injustice is pointed out and there is a request to rectify the situation. Now, we might say, this is the way men deal with things and this is the way women deal with things. But in reality, both Pinchas and Mahla, Noah, Hogla, Milcah, and Tirzah, they both wanted to bring about peace amongst the tribes. That was the objective for both of them. They both felt that they were doing what they needed to do to solve the problem, but they had very different ways of bringing harmony into the world. In the end, we have to accept that both of them are a part of the people. Both of them are a part of the family. And they are indeed representative of the spectrum of behavior that we see amongst human beings. Rabbi Zev Reichman, in his book from 2006, Flames of Faith, he had this to say about what we could learn from Pinchas and Zelophehad's daughters. Quote, "A harmonious home is not just a place where there is an absence of friction. The ideal home contains an atmosphere in which each individual is true to himself and herself. The blend of the differences creates a feeling of transcendent beauty and harmony." So think about your home. Think about the harmony that you look for in your home. It doesn't come from everyone in your family or everyone that you live with being the same. The beauty of each home, of each family, is that it's made up of individuals who, although they are a part of the same group, are in fact separate beings with their own style of communication, with their own actions and reactions, different levels of passion, different talents, and varying interests. The blending of those differences, according to Rabbi Reichman, is what makes the beauty of the home transcendent. And then I started to think about harmony. You know, harmony isn't made when everyone sings the same note. Harmony is made through several different notes played at the same time, or different rhythms, sometimes very dissonant notes. And then there are moments where the harmony is in perfect balance. The key for us is to strive and search and explore how you and I can be true to ourselves and act according to our hearts, not because of something or someone else. The spiritual message of this teaching, if we leave aside the horrible action that Pinchas took, is that both Pinchas and the 5 daughters acted true to who they were. Isn't that all we can ask from our family and from our friends and from ourselves? To be true to who we are, to reflect on our actions and our feelings, and to try to find some truth in everything we do. The Hebrew verb to pray, don't know if you know this, is hitpalel. It's a reflexive word, meaning you do it with yourself or to yourself. And it has the root that has a meaning of judgment. So in fact, hitpalel, to pray as we pray together, is judging oneself. What do we judge? Whether we are being true, whether we are being truthful to ourselves, whether we are living our truth. So we take this time during our prayers and during our meditations and during our reflections to remain true to ourselves and understand our actions better. May each of us find our truth and create that feeling of transcendent beauty and harmony. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Shabbat Shalom.
Ken Yehi Ratzon. I just want to wait for the camera to be on me. I want to thank Rabbi Aaron for his beautiful words. And also just take a moment to remind everyone that we are going to be gathering just after services in about 15 minutes for our second Zoom egg. A special thank you to our Director of Membership, Tanaz, who is greeting everybody tonight. And she has been posting the Zoom link. It's also in the temple email that came yesterday. And if anybody has any other ways that they can share this, please do. If you're watching this, you're on Facebook or YouTube, so therefore the link is there. And thank you. Yes, thank you, Tanaz. Keep sharing it.
We've reached our concluding prayers. We begin that with Aleinu, and in a moment we will be writing in names for Kaddish, but let us rise together and pray on creation and our existence.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shehuno teshamayim veyoser haaretz, umoshav yikaro bashamayim ima'al, ushchina tuzo begavhe meromim, hu Eloheinu ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Turn now to Kaddish Yatom, and you may start to list those names of your loved ones who you would like remembered tonight. We also have up on the screen names of those whose yahrzeits occur on this Shabbat, the anniversary of their passing. We do start with the names of those members of our community who have passed away in the last 30 days, whose families are observing Shloshim. Dan Schwarzkopf, Inga Kuhn, Ethel Abel, and Tony Fernandez. And we especially remember tonight Betty Rappaport, and it was 2 years ago during this Shabbat that we lost Richard Siegel, our Rabbi Laura Geller's husband, and our hearts go to you, Rabbi Geller, and your family on this evening.
A few. Also, Bess Lurie, Barbara Payne, Parvin Hakakian, Francis Hale, Jack Turnbull, Fern Whitlin, Paul Banks, Irma Fisher, Lottie Banks, Jennifer Eisenberg, Jordan Buckner, Julie Stock, Susan Jeffers, and Leon and Jan Gildenberg, Larry Gershman,
we add to those names all those that have no one to say Kaddish for them, all those that were lost in the Holocaust, those whose lives have been lost to COVID-19, and all of those who have died in the violence in the recent past. We join together and say Kaddish Yatom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lolmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu le'elam min kol berachata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel.
V'imru. Amen.
May the one who brings peace on high bring peace down to us between all people of this world. And we say,
Amen.
Amen. We have a quick announcement. We're going to be heading to somewhere in Beverly Hills. Christian Jameson, please announce.
Hi, I'm Kristen Jameson, one of your temple presidents. Along with my fellow presidents, Myra Lurie, Scott Stone, and Jeffrey Wharton, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. A special thank you to our clergy for another inspiring Shabbat service. I know that in our family, we look forward to virtual Shabbat all week, and it helps differentiate our days. Thank you also to Robert for keeping us safe, to Melvin for keeping our sanctuary clean, and to Daniel Tater for your amazing work bringing the sights and sounds of our virtual Shabbat to life. Please join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Shabbat morning at Emmanuel, followed at 11:30 by Torah study with Jonathan Aaron. I hope that you all have a wonderful week and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Kristen, and I'd like to thank you for joining us this evening. I hope that this was a way you could bring Shabbat peace into your heart and into your soul. I would like to point out as we do this last song that, yes, Amos is sitting on the chair. You just move a little bit. There's Amos. He was pretty quiet until that last part there. But Amos is going to join us for Oseh Shalom, although his throat's been bothering him a little bit, so he may not sing very loudly.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom. Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Aleinu, Ve'okol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'okol Ha'olam.
May you feel blessed and safe. May you feel luminous and loved. May you feel joyous and whole.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.